Well, just really happy for my players. Thought we played very well today on both ends. Defensively, I thought we competed better. Mixed in a little zone that seemed to help us a little bit at times, and did a solid job on the glass. I thought that was important in this game. We had some turnovers, but I don't think we really turned the ball over for a lot of points. And then offensively, we made some shots. We haven't made shots very much lately. Guys, I thought, handled their pressure reasonably well and very well in the second half. I thought we dealt with their press well. And so it was a really good win. Florida State is playing great. Leonard's done a fantastic job with these guys in league play. So this was a very significant win for our team. Really happy for my players. Questions?
Go ahead.
30 points in the first half, 48 in the second. What kind of offensive adjustments did you make during the break?
The only thing we did was add a little more movement. And I thought that helped us a little bit. I thought we were a little stagnant at times in the first half. They do a terrific job of guarding you, and it helped that we had a little bit of a lead, I think, too. And so I thought just a little bit of movement, our guys playing in good space, and then making some good decisions.
Anybody else in the room have a question for Coach?
Yeah, that was easily the worst offensive rebounding performance for Florida State of the year. What were y'all able to do to kind of negate that part of their offense?
Yeah, I have to watch the film. I thought we did a decent job of keeping the ball in front of us. And so we weren't in as many rotations, I hope. And so at least we had a hat on a hat for blockouts. They do an unbelievable job. They're big, they're long, they're athletic, they're aggressive. And I'm just, we worked on blockouts this week a lot. But our guys did a fantastic job. That's, we talk a lot about where's your will to win, and doing the tough things like blocking out, physical rebounding against big, strong athletes. It's not a lot of fun, but you better do it if you're gonna win a game like this. So just give a lot of credit to my players.
And with the switch to the zone, is that something that you kind of saw on tape coming in, or was that more of just an in the moment?
It's no, it's not so much, and it's not that it was just Florida State. We've had zone, we haven't used it that much. I think there have been some times in games we've gotten a little tired. We also played our bench a little more today, which I thought helped us. But it was just something to disrupt rhythm a little bit maybe, and today it happened maybe to surprise them a little bit.
Yeah, go ahead.
You guys shot 5 free throws in the first half, 20 free throws in the second half. Was that a point of emphasis at halftime, trying to draw more contact, or just kind of the flow of the game?
I think more flow of the game. We certainly were trying to be aggressive. We kept talking to our guys, play to win, play aggressive in this game. Don't be passive. And some of that is misleading. They fouled us in the last couple minutes a few times, so we probably got 6 of those just out of them trying to make us miss. But at the same time, I do think we did a nice job of attacking the basket when we had opportunities off the bounce and then also in the post. Yes, sir.
What were some things you said to your players at halftime to get some adjustments there?
We didn't make a lot of adjustments. I think at the end of the day, we told them that you're going to have to win the game with your defense. I think our offense will be better when it's down here in front of our bench. But the defense, when you guys are down there by yourselves, there have been some times this year in the second half where we have not guarded very well. And some things have gotten away from us. And so if they're going to want to win, they're going to have to really stay connected defensively. And part of it is having good offensive possessions against Florida State. When you have bad offensive possessions and you have turnovers and bad shots, they really beat you in transition. So I think it's a combination of both.
Yeah. Is that a point of emphasis after the overtime loss to Georgia Tech this next practice?
Yeah, it wasn't. Our defense was good against Georgia Tech for about 37 minutes. The last couple minutes, we made some very poor decisions. So I think our defense got better this week. and certainly part of it was today's game.
You mentioned it a little bit already. 17 assists for your team compared to just 7 for Florida State. How important is it to play team basketball against such a long
It
defense
is,
like FSU?
and it's hard to do against these guys because it's not easy to move the ball. They do a great job of pressuring you and guarding you hard. And then, when you try to beat them, you get sped up. And sometimes you get sped up and you're playing a little faster than you're used to, and so then you turn the ball over more. It's harder to make good decisions, come to a stop, play off 2 feet, make good decisions. I do have older experienced guards, so I thought they did a lot of those good things today. But that's certainly important. And then making the extra pass when it is there, when you can draw some help, can you find somebody to throw it to, and then you got to make the shot. And today we did a little bit of all that.
You guys will match up against Florida State again in Clemson on February 24th. What are some things you took away from this matchup against the Seminoles, and what are some things you guys want to look to improve upon for next time you play?
Yeah, I probably need to watch the film before I give an in-depth answer like that. I'm just happy that our guys, played well today and were able to finish a hard game against a really good team on the road.
Last 10, 12 minutes, it seemed like Florida State had an opportunity to regain momentum. What do you think allowed your team to kind of nip that in the bud?
I thought offensively we continued to move the ball. We got fouled, made free throws. We didn't have a lot of bad possessions, and they were scoring some, which you're not going to hold them down. They're too good for that long, and so they did score a few, but we were able to stem the flow with good execution on offense, taking care of the ball, making foul shots.
Anyone on Zoom can go ahead.
Hey, Coach, it's Trevor.
Yes, sir.
Your front court was in foul trouble, your whole front court early in the second half. Lida loses the game with an injury after a couple minutes. That seems like a recipe for disaster against a team as physical and deep as Florida State. How difficult was that to navigate?
If we didn't have Jack Clark, it would have been probably next to impossible. Just having another big 6'9" body was huge, and Jack has been waiting to play. This is the first game where he's really been kind of up near the 20-minute restriction. You know what I mean? Like he's really kind of been on a 10, 12-minute restriction, 15-minute restriction here when he got released to me. But to have an older, experienced player to be able to handle this environment, handle the game and the pressure of it all was critical, and I thought Jack was terrific. It was hard defensively for a long while there. We had all 3 guys with 2 fouls in the first half, and they all got 3 pretty quick in the second, and so trying to manage that throughout the game was good, but having Jack was instrumental.
Anything else?
Also, I wanted to ask you, just coming off the real tough double overtime loss, how much of a shot in the arm was this? With a road game at Duke coming up.
Yeah, it doesn't matter who we play next. It's just, this team needs something positive to happen. We played reasonably well for 37, 38 minutes against Georgia Tech. Georgia Tech's a good team. They battled us. We battled them. We gave away a 9-point lead in the last 2 minutes. And that's painful because we prepped really hard. We worked hard. We practiced hard. We were coming off a win. We were trying to build momentum, and it's kind of like we got pushed back down the steps. But I give my guys credit. We didn't hang our heads. I just told them in film on Thursday, we got to get better. There's still some things we're not doing as well as we need to. I just think the shot making will eventually come back. But there are some other things that we've got to keep getting better at, and obviously we got a real challenge playing Florida State. So, the maturity of our group, the older group, hung in there. We practiced well, and obviously very rewarded and thankful to get a win today.
Gonna come back to the room real quick.
Sorry, I walked in late.
That's okay.
The job you guys did on the glass.
I think we did a pretty good job, of running good offense, and our offense helped us, by scoring and not turning the ball over for points. We kept them out of transition, which, hopefully can keep them in front of you a little bit, and then you can at least block guys out. It's one of those games. It was a low possession game. There's not going to be as many as some other games. But our guys, we really concentrated on it. I've been playing Leonard twice a year for seems like forever, 14 years now. And, you know, I just have a ton of respect for him and their program and how they play and what he's been able to do here. And this group plays really hard and they rebound the fire out of it like all his teams do. And you know, you gotta solve that if you want to win.
Anything else for Coach?
Just wanted to ask about Josh Beadle. I think
Yeah.
he had 12 points. I think 9 of them came in the last 8 minutes. How much of a spark was he for you off the bench today?
He was good. You know, the thing that we thought he did as well as anything was we put him in there to guard Primo Spears on defense a little bit, and I thought he really guarded the ball well, and that helped. He's a really good player, and you know, Josh has been improving. He's been practicing better. You know, his minutes don't always show it here recently, but you know, I do think he's hopefully turning a little bit of a corner, and you know, the consistent play today helped him play longer, and it was as much the defense that kept him out on the floor as the offense. And you know, offensively, when he's in the game and he's got some open court stuff, he can make plays. He's not afraid, and I think he showed some of that today. So I'm happy for Josh. Really proud of him. He's continues to work and get better.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
Thanks, Coach.
Appreciate it.
Okay, thanks everybody.